Hello, and thank you for tuning in, RoseWardStampersDelight.com. I apologize, I'm a couple of minutes late, still getting set up. Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're from, and we're going to get started. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Oh, that tastes good this morning. So this is my new time. For those of you who don't know, I used to be on at 7 a.m. Since I retired, I made it 9 a.m. So just looking to see who's on. Haven't seen any comments yet, but just comment. Let me know you're here. And we're going to get started. So let me flip the camera. Okay. So if you'd like to place an order with me, you're going to go to StampersDelight.com and use this host code for December. If you'd like to place an order with the apparel shop, go to StampersDelightShop.com. Hi, Molly. Thank you for letting me know I am live. Thanks a lot. Okay, so those are the codes. That's how you order. If you'd like to join my team, I'd love to have you on my team. And you can also join my team by going to StampersDelight.com. Hi, Christine. Hi, Teresa. Good morning. Oh, you're loving the new time? I kind of am too now. Let me move my coffee out of the way before I spill it. So before we get started, a couple of things I want to remind everybody. When you place an order with me, whether it's online or at one of my classes, every $50 before shipping and tax, you get one of these little squares punched, or I put the date on there. And when you're done, when you have all 10 filled up, you get something for $25 or less from me. Okay, so that's my rewards program. That's through me, not through Stampin' Up. Hi, Maureen. No, you didn't miss me, Winnie, I was 3 minutes late today. The next thing I want to remind everybody is to join my paper share by January 3rd, because I'm placing the order for the paper share on the 4th, and you are going to get all of these designer series papers for one low price, including shipping. And of course, I showed these at the unboxing. And for a limited time, you will be able to get the 4 celebration DSP also, but when they sell out, it's gone. So that's a bonus for you. So you definitely want to sign up by January 3rd. I've got quite a few people already signed up. Now, I can't show you the inside of the catalog, but I will tell you what I'm going to use today is the Rainbow of Happiness, which is on page 18 and 19, which a lot of people may not know, but a lot of people do know. That coordinates with the free Sunshine and Rainbows paper on page 8 of the Celebration catalog. So you buy this, you get, as long as you make a purchase of $50, you would get this for free. It also coordinates with our punch, and the punch is on page, it didn't even tell me. Oh, it's on page 19, Cloud Punch. So this all coordinates. Okay. You're also going to see me use the Stripes and Splatter embossing folder, which is this one right here that I'm going to show you. And last but not least, you're going to see one card done with the Flowering Rain Boots bundle, because I just think this goes so well with the clouds and the rainbows. Make me change my mind about this set. Okay. Hopefully I will. All right. So all those things will be in the description later. Let me move them over here, and we're going to get started. Before I start with that, I want to give a shout out to some cards that I received in the mail. This is from Yvonne. Beautiful Christmas card. Thank you, Yvonne. This is a thank you note. And, oh, it's not signed. I think this, okay, who claimed this one? I want to say I think it was Molly, but I'm not sure. I thought the name was on it. Another Christmas card here. I love, love, love the eclipse effect. This is from Ray and Cindy. Another Christmas card. This one is from Pat Miller, a team member. And then this one is from Sandy Snyder. Isn't that cute? This is the big thing with the truck and the tree in the back. So thank you all for your Christmas cards and your thank you cards. Now let's take a look at what I did with the Rainbow of Happiness. Not Molly. Okay, it's not yours, Molly. I apologize. I will find out. I did save the envelope. I just didn't have it with me. Okay, so for some things done with that, remember I showed you the little boxes that came with the Sweet Conversation. Well, this is a little box I made. Let me just open this up. Well, you know how the box opens up. I'm not going to open it. There we go, for candy. And I used that little box, and I made using the rainbow paper. And this die, let me bring the dies out. I love this die because it looks like a tag die, so you could use it for a tag. So for this one, I like to show what dies I used. I used this outer edge, and then I just cut a piece of that Designer Series paper behind it. Cute little box. You can put cute little tiny notes in there or candies. Okay. And these are the hexagon adhesive backings, gems in the new catalog. And I used the black with that. The next card I did, I used this die right here. Okay. And what I did was I cut that out on white. So this was all white behind here. I layered it on some of the Designer Series paper. But let me show you the cool part about this. That die, this die right here, you can fussy cut one of those out. And that's how I got that rainbow. You can cut it out with the die, but what you can do is just cut a white piece of cardstock, fussy cut that, and then glue that white right to that background. So this does go right on there. Oh, yeah, you'd love to take credit for it. And I apologize. I have to find out who did that. And if you see it, just claim it. Okay, so that die goes with that. That's how I made that one. And for this one, I used the denim ribbon. And, of course, some of our new iridescent gems. Sending you a rainbow of happiness. I love this stamp that has that curved edge. And, of course, the matching envelope. The next one I used, I used this die right here, which is like little rainbows. And let me bring in that punch. Here's the punch. And also in that packet of paper, let me find the one I need. There it is. My fingers aren't working here. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so also in that pack of paper, you have the clouds. And guess what? You guessed it. That punch can cut out all these clouds. So that's why you want the punch. And then what I did with that, there's my envelope. Again, I used this die, the punch. And here's where I brought in the rain boots from the Flowering Rain Boots, because I think they go so well together. Hi, Robin. You make me happy. And this ribbon right here is the pool party, and that's in the holiday catalog, so you can grab that now. And then I used the little brass butterflies. Sending you rainbows of happiness. And I did put Wink Estella on the boots. I think this stamp set or bundle goes so well. And I'm going to use this one, I think, Monday night. So I'm going to use the Flowering Rain Boots on Monday night to kind of show you how they intertwine. Okay, so that was that one. Now, the one I'm going to show you today, these pieces right here, let me show you what, the clouds, you can see the clouds. I didn't really use all those yet. This piece right here, I cut out, and let me show you what happens when you cut that one out. If you cut it out with the Designer Series paper, you get this. And when you get your catalog, you'll see that they actually did a shaker card. And that's how this cuts out. So you can cut these out in white or use the, I like this, the rainbow effect. And hopefully we will get a chance to show you that one too. Okay, so the card that I'm going to showcase today. Hi, Julie. There's my envelope. Here's my card. So again, I used that die, a little thank you card. I just love the bright colors here. I'm just going to grab a sip of my coffee. Everybody take a sip of your coffee. Or tea. And when I open this is just a fun set. It's a tunnel card. So there's the inside, and I'll bring it up, and inside it says, wishing you a rainbow of happiness, you make this world a better place. And of course it does sit up like that. Now I'm going to flip the camera for a minute so that you can see how it would look like this. Let me move this over here. So this is called a tunnel card. Very easy to make. And it's just a fun card. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And for this, I also used one of the dies that are like my to-go-to dies, and that's the layering circles. And I used the largest circle for that. Thank you. Definitely share my videos. And if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely subscribe. So we're going to get started with that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some pieces here. I will change it up a little bit. I like to keep my card here so I remember what I'm doing. All right, for this one, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. Okay, 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to need 2 of those. And this is going to be the inside, and this is going to be the outside. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring in my paper trimmer and scorer. All right, so on this piece right here, now this is going to be the inside, you can do it any way you want. I'm going to go right to the beginning first, right to the middle, okay? And at 4 1/4, I am going to, whoops, let's move that out of the way. I am going to score that, okay? Then I'm going to move it down to 2 1/8. There's 2 1/4, so I'm going to 2 1/8. And I'm scoring it again. For me, it's easier just to flip it over and do 2 1/8 again. Oh, I cut it. Okay, let's start that over again. Thank goodness I have paper right here. Okay. So let's cut this in half again. And we'll start over. And we are pulling this blade right out. Okay, so let's go back to 4 1/4. I know you wanted to see this again, didn't you? I'm loving retirement. I don't have any time already. I think that's because you give yourself more stuff to do. Okay, so that's 2 1/8. 2 1/8. Flip it. 2 1/8. Okay, so there's the inside of my card. I am also going to give this a good burnishing. So I have a question for you. You notice it's a white background now. I took out my background, which was a light wood background. I'd like to know what you think. Can you see it better when it's just nothing back here? Okay. I really like to know whether you like to see the background or just pure white. Okay, so there's that's going to be your inside. All right. This is where we're going to stamp. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to score this. So I know where my halfway mark is. Okay. And I'm going to stamp here. But what I like to do, so this is going to go right on here, okay? But you want to know where that circle is. So I like to do the circle first on this piece. So I am going to bring in my machine. You can also mark it if you want. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to say I'm lazy, okay? But I'll just run it through here and wherever it ends up. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down. I am going to put my circle right in the middle. All right. And for this, I would definitely use a Post-it note. You like the white background? Thank you. Yes, definitely let me know. I mean, I know everybody, and I used to have a background on there too, but I think you can see the cards better. So I am going to run this through. Just like that. Move this out of the way for a second. Put that over there. Okay, put that up there. Okay, so now I have my circle. So this is what's going to create that. That's really all there is to it. Can you believe that? All right, so here is the inside, or that's how the inside's going to be. So I'm going to lay this down. And again, you can use a Post-it note just to keep that in place. I'm going to grab my Sending You Rainbows of Happiness. I'm going to grab the Misty Moonlight. I forgot to put my mat underneath here, so hopefully this will just stay. I am going to stamp that right there. I'm wondering, see, I'm already changing this. I'm wondering, nope, I don't want to do that. Okay, and there we have that. So you can add anything you want here. I'm not going to add anything. And what I mean is, you see, I put a sentiment right here also. But this one, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave that just like that. Okay, so that's my inside. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and glue that down. But we're not going to glue it yet because we're going to do some other things here. Okay, so I'm going to fold that. And let's see, do I want to do the front yet? I guess let's stick with the back. Okay, so what I do is I like to fold this just like this. Okay, and I glue each side. Now you want to have it on a little edge here, just like that, so that when you open it, you have a little bit of edging, not much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to glue that down. I am going to line this up just so you can see a little bit of that white, okay? Now to get it perfect, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to just fold it. Now if you see a little blue there, that's okay, because we can trim that off. Again, this is called a tunnel card. And then I'm going to fold it. And there, that makes your tunnel. Oh, definitely try it. Now for this right here, you can trim that off if you want. Just grab your paper snips. Sometimes even when you measure things, they do get off a little bit. So I don't worry about things like that. I just trim. Okay. All right, so for now, we'll just leave that. I'll fix it later. All right, you can see a little bit of blue there, but you won't shortly. Okay, so let's finish the card. So on the front side here, I have a piece of 4 5 1/4, which is going to layer right on top of there. So let's go ahead and do that. I love these fun colors. Yes, retirement is so much fun. Okay. Then I'm going to take a piece of the Designer Series paper, And I'm going to cut that at 3 3/4 by 5. Now I got to put my blade back in. So I'm going to 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to layer that right on top of there. You see, there's just the fun colors. All right, so there we have that. And now I'm going to grab a piece of white, and I'm going to cut this down to 3.5 by 3.5, I think is the size I use. So we're going to do 3.5 by 3.5. Let's see if that's the right size. Yep, that's what I used. I'm going to bring in that other die I was showing you, this one. Okay. And I am going to cut that one out. So Maureen, are you thinking about this set yet? You told me you wanted me to change your mind on it. So have I yet? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and roll that through. I'm not putting the whatever I was thinking of. Okay, so when I do that, this is what happens. So you get all these little white pieces, and this is what you get. Now I'm going to bring in that piece that I told you about. And see, I'm going to put that right on the back side, just like that. So, and I don't need to really fussy cut it. All I need to do is cut a little bit here so that I can glue it to the back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just add a little glue to the back side. You're liking the paper? Okay, so let's get that out of there. Okay, there we go. So there's that. Now let's see. I think I'm going to use that denim again. And I don't really want to bow on these because there's so many other things going on. So I'm going to take the denim and I'm just going to tie a knot like that. And that's going to go right there. So I'm just going to put this down there. You know what's really kind of nice? I do have to keep looking up, but it's kind of nice not having to look at the time and say, oh, I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. I got to work. I get to spend more time with you stampers. Okay. So there we have that. All right, I'm just going to lay this. It's a silicone mat here, so it's not going to stick. And let's see. Inside I have Sending You Rainbows of Happiness. So for the outside, I don't want to put a thank you this time. I'm going to put You Make Me Happy. Again, in my Misty Moonlight, I am going to grab my stamp, You Make Me Happy. Okay. And did you notice what I did? I put the front on wrong. Did anybody notice that? I probably shouldn't have told you. Maybe you wouldn't even notice. I have to take this off because I put it on the wrong side. Oh, boy. I need more coffee. I don't see anybody that noticed it, so I probably shouldn't have said anything. Let me just pull this back off. Hey, listen, we all make mistakes. Okay, so here's the card. Let's put this back on the right way. Okay. So there's the card. And I'm going to put this right here. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to glue this down flat. Remember, I'm changing this one up a little bit. I like to go right over my ribbon so that it stays down. I'm going to put that right there. Look at this. How cute is that, right? Okay, for the inside, I'm going to take the same paper. And maybe I'll change it up. Excuse me. Maybe I'll change it up a little bit. What do you think? Should I have the same paper inside or should I have the opposite side? Well, while you're deciding, I'm going to cut 2 pieces. Let's do 2 inches. 2 inches. Okay, so that would be just to go right here. So you kind of make a little inside. Does the paper come in 6 by 6? Yes. Which side are we doing here? That side or this side? While you're thinking of that, it's 2 inches, and I am going to do 5 1/4. So it's 2 by 5 1/4. Gotta cut them both off. The same. Yeah, I kind of thought that too. Okay. So now, remember 2 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to just glue that down. And you can put it in here if you like to see the white, or put it over so you don't see the white. I'm going to add it this time to the inside so you do see the layering of the different colors. Right? Yep, everybody says the same. I think so too. And I am going to do the same thing over here. So you're going to see just a tad of that blue. So there we have another card, right? Okay. Now for the inside for this one, I wanted to do something a little bit different. And the outside. So I've already cut 2 of those cute little boots from the Flowering Rain boots. And I am going to put 1 set of boots right here. This is why I didn't want to put anything in there. But you got to remember, you want to be able to read that. So I'm going to lay that down. This is going to go, I think, right here. Okay, because remember, you got to have it where you can still see the sentiment. It's going to be hard for you to see it, but I'll show you it in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue the bottom of this. And I'm going to put those right here. So when you close it, it looks like that. And I'll show you how you can still see that sentiment when it's standing up. I have another set of little boots here. So let me grab that. And I think before that, I want to put some Wink of Stella on it. I should have done that before, but whoop, we'll add some Wink of Stella. You see the yellow is just making it a lot brighter. Just adding some Wink of Stella. So let's add some Wink of Stella here. So that the rain boots, remember some of the colors do bleed, so you want to be careful with your Wink of Stella. Right there. You're off to bed now. Okay, Robin, well, thank you for tuning in. This pair, I'm actually going to think about putting here, maybe. See if I can fit it. It doesn't fit, so we won't put it there. We'll add some doodads instead. So let's add some of these great little sequins or iridescent rhinestones. I like putting them around here. It kind of brightens it up. And then maybe 2 more over here. All right. And remember, I have this strip left. So you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to grab my envelope, even though it's backside. A snow day. Oh my God, Holly, where do you live? We had snow flurries the other day. And I'm just going to add that to here. Trim that off. We'll use that for something else. And there I have a tunnel card. So this is the card, and when you open it up, you can see the sending happiness. So this is my little tunnel card. What do you think? Is that a die made for the rain boots? Yes. Okay, so this one is where the boots come from, which go with all of this. That's why I wanted to show it together. And Monday night, I'll show you this stamp set. There is a die for the boots. Hey, Beth. So again, this is the tunnel card. Let me show you the other one. And I'm going to do one more card. Not a tunnel card. What do you think about the tunnel card? Are you going to try it? When I flip the camera, I will show you how they look face up, okay? All right, so the next one, and I haven't done this. This is just pieces I wanted to play with since I already had them cut up. Remember I showed you the large die that made this. You love the boots. I do too. But you got to admit, the boots go really well with this stamp set. You need both. So that's the large die here that I used to get those on the designer series paper. I was just playing around with it. So let's see what we can create. I don't know. All right, so I have some Mango Melody, and I am going to score that in half. You love it? Maureen, if you're still on, are you still thinking about the set, or now do you want it? Okay, so we're going to start with this piece. And then I have a piece of Granny Apple Green because it's just so bright and fun. Now, can you see those lines? This is the embossing folder that I showed you in the beginning. And everything will be put in the description. So here's it's got splats and it's got these stripe kind of things. But it's really a fun embossing folder. So I was thinking something like this. And then let's see how this works. I was thinking of doing something like this, like a rainbow. Good morning, Deborah. So I'm thinking, yep. Okay, so no ribbon, I don't think. We're going to add a little glue here. The paper. Okay, so you like the paper. Well, the paper is free. You know that when you place an order. And I am just going to start right here, and I'm going to put that just like that. You love the tunnel card. Yeah, the tunnel card is great. I'm just adding a little glue here. And I'm going to start it right about here. Up a little higher. Okay. And then the next one is right here. So we'll add a little glue on that. Who's going to try a tunnel card now? I'm going to add that one right there. Just a fun little quick, easy card. And then we are going to add this one right here. And then we have the last piece. And add that right in there. So there's my rainbow. Let's see, what do I want to do on the outside of this? Maybe put a little, I might use these pieces. I still have this one left. Let's see, we got, these I cut out ahead of time. This looks like clouds. We can put that one right there with the rain boots. All right, and let me grab my sentiment and just clean this off. The nice thing about having my setup here now is not everything is here yet, because again, this is the second video I did with my new recording area. But the great thing is I can leave everything here so I don't have to run around, except for the paper when I cut it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to grab my Granny Apple Green. Do I want Granny? No, I think I'm going to do Bermuda Bay. It's a little bit darker. So cute. Thank you. And I'm going to ink that up. And I am going to stamp that down. Now, of course, remember, you've got all these pieces, too, here. All these stamps. Oh, mine are all on blocks, most of them, but to make different rainbows. All right, for this one, I am going to go ahead and I am going to fussy cut this. I'm just going to cut this here. See how well I do. I'm going to cut this around. And I'm going to go on the inside and do it. Remember, this is my card on the fly. I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm not in camera, sorry. I'm not the best at fussy cutting, but there we go. Actually, that came out pretty good. And that's going to go right here. All right, I like that. I'm liking it. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use some dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals. Which should be in here somewhere. Let me grab them. Like I said, I'm still, oh, there they are. I'm so organized I can't find anything. Whoop. Sorry about that. I just dropped it. I was so organized, couldn't find what I was looking for. All right, so let's take some dimensionals now. See if these are too big. Nope, they fit right in there. I can trim them or use the smaller ones if I want, but these fit. Okay, I'm going to take that. And I'm going to put it right here. Let me show you a little trick. If you see some of that, you can just take your pick tool and just put that right under there. Tuck it under there. It'll stay. Okay, Rainbow of Happiness. And I'm going to put the rain boots here. Oh, let me move that over. If it didn't stick too much, I'm going to try to move it over. Or up. Because I definitely want the boots there. So let me start with that. Hey, stamping is always a work in progress, right? Okay, so there's my... I love these rain boots. I absolutely love these. I'm going to put that right there. Now let's see. That doesn't go there. So let's see. Rainbow of Happiness. I can put it right over there. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to grab one of these. This looks like rain, so I'm going to grab that one. You can make a menorah after the rainbow die. Oh my God, that's a great idea. That is such a great idea. Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. I'm going to put the right there. What do you think? Just a cute little card. Sending you a rainbow of happiness. Now for the inside. Let's grab a piece of white. And this one is going to say, sending you a rainbow of happiness, a little something to brighten your day. So I'm going to stamp that right here. And then I have this cute little stamp with the little lines on it. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take some of my markers, my regular markers. Yeah, I'm loving the boots too. And I'm just going to go here and color some of this in. I was just going to say any kind of willy-nilly way. Just want to make sure I get all of them. I might have gone over a couple of them. It's not easy to see in the lights. I think that might be all of them. It looks like I got them all. I'm going to huff on it. And then I'm going to put that right over the sentiment. Look at that cute little rainbow. Okay. And we are going to just put that right inside. Sending you a rainbow of happiness, a little something to brighten your day. Again, I am going to bring in the hexagons this time with the black. And I'm going to add a couple of those little hexagons here. Maybe up there. There we go. What do you think? Isn't it a cute little card? Oh, thanks, Pam. Okay, so for this envelope, again, I already inked that up. This is going to be very light. I'm huffing on it again, and I'm just going to, I'll do it on the back. Should be very light. See? Very light. And I can always ink it up again with the same colors. Let me show you another little trick we can do. I think we'll use yellow. Ink the whole thing up in yellow. And then I'm going to do the rock and roll and just gently roll it around. And I'll do the front. And then you get a totally different effect. Oh, I got a little smudge there, but. So there's a lot of different techniques and ways you can play with this. And there is my second card. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, they're just cute, fun cards. That's what kind of mood I was in. So I got lots of pieces here. And you'll see a little bit more from this set on Monday night when I switch to the rain boots. So again, let me show you the cards. This is the one we just did. Here's the one tunnel card. I'm going to show you the tunnel cards face up again. This one with the little butterflies. This fun little card. Who doesn't love rainbows? And then we have the little gift box. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me show you again the tunnel card, the way you'd be looking at it. It's hard for me to see. There we go. And the one that we just did, let me show you how you can still see the inside with the rain boots. So you can still read it when it's standing up. I apologize if you hear that running noise. I'm right by the furnace room. At least I'm warm. Oh, yes, definitely catch the replay for the tunnel card. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you all for tuning in with me. I'll be back on YouTube Live Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody, and keep on stamping, stampers. Bye.